that kind of addresses, well, actually, it raises a question for me. When we say free to use, right, to consume, but when we're talking about like a park, we pay taxes and it gets maintained, et cetera. Until you maybe run into like some tragedy of the commons type scenario where a bunch of people use a park or an environmental site, I think was your reference earlier. And then it just gets damaged, right? So I guess I'm curious about the word free, what that really means in this context. And I feel like I might be missing something, but maybe we could start there.
Like at no cost to the user, does that cover it?
Maybe not. That's what I'm curious about. Because like if we're talking about a park, like their taxes still need to go to it, right? The park doesn't
Yeah.
come out of nowhere unless we're just talking about like just a nature area.
Yeah.
But even
Well,
then, a nature area, right? You still need to be maintained. Otherwise, it gets destroyed. In
yeah.
theory.
And this sort of thing happens like at so many scales of society that it is remarkable that society works as well as it does. There's an example of how in Italy, Italy has public education all the way up to university, maybe even master's level, depending on like your level of achievement. And so there's all these people that get really highly educated in excellent schools in Italy, and then they move off to Germany because that's where all the jobs are. And so now Germany is getting to benefit from the public good that was paid for by Italian taxpayers. And then that benefit is not showing up again because of how Italy's tax laws work. That benefit is not showing up again for Italy. And so this is a really big problem. Shouldn't Italy be compensated for the amount of investment that they made, or shouldn't maybe Germany should be paying Italy as thanks for the fact that they educated all these great people who then go and bolster their economy? And you smile and laugh at that, but these are the sorts of things. I mean, that could genuinely be the solution to the problem, because of course, once again, it's a funding problem. And in this case, it's a classic retroactive funding problem. Hey, thanks so much for the work that you did in order to do this. Now we're going to pay you retroactively. And so, because now we know the impact. I mean, if we really want to go to a big scale, then the United States military is a public good that's provided to all of NATO. And yet, it's mostly, this is where I'm way out of my depth, but lots of the bill is footed by American taxpayers, not necessarily by like NATO countries. And so how should that be handled? Who should be paying for that sort of thing? And so this problem of who should pay is the problem to solve. And ideally, of course, it would be proportional to the amount that you benefit. And the problem with making it proportional to the amount that you benefit is that either you must charge someone before they use it. And oftentimes in these things, you can't know how valuable it is ahead of time, or you must be able to figure out retroactively how much they benefit from it. And both of those are really hard challenges when it comes to public goods.